Oh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Adia Pena Show. This is your host, Ohima Adia Pena. Today, I'm in the studio with, as usual, Mr. Kofi. Um, and today, we are going to talk about financial literacy. So, Mr. Kofi, welcome to the Adia Pena Show.
Thank you very much, Ohima Adiepena. And as usual, today is Friday. So, like we always say, thank God it's Friday, right? We
Mhm.
thank God for his blessings. We thank God for the opportunity to work throughout the week. We are all alive and well. I know you are, under the weather, but you still look as perfect and as beautiful as usual. So we're gonna have a great time together. Thank you
Thank
for
you. I'm trying. I'm a little under the weather today, but I can't miss this show, so I have to be here. I'll try and manage him as much as possible to execute this. So let's get them rolling, Mr. Kofi.
Thank you.
So today
Thank you.
we're talking about financial literacy, and I want to ask you, what is really financial literacy? How do you understand it? How would you define it, if that's possible?
Thank you once again, Adiepena. But before then, I think I'm going to save you the time so that I'll do most of the welcoming because I want you to save your voice. So before we start, I want to welcome all our viewers to today's program as usual, wherever you are tuning in from, whatever you are joining us from, whether in the US, in Canada, in Europe, wherever you are going to join us from, or wherever you're going to watch this program after we are done from. We want to thank you for your time. We want to thank you for spending some time with us today. As usual, every Friday we meet to just share ideas. And today is not going to be any different. Today we are going to share ideas, we're going to share perspectives so that it can help us become, better versions of ourselves. And I'm also encourage you, if you want to share the link with your friends, your families, your colleagues, anybody that you think will benefit from this discussion. Like Ohima Adia Pena said, today we are going to have a discussion on financial literacy. Financial literacy, it's very, very, very important. Yeah, we are going to talk about money. And so please, everything you're going to hear from me today, um, you can actually take it to the bank because I'm a financial educator. And so this is my area that I really, really love. And so I appreciate the time and the opportunity to be here to share my perspective and what I know with all of you so that together we can always better ourselves. And like Adia Pena would always say, please send your comments, your questions, your suggestions, your ideas, your contributions, so that together we'll make this program lively. Okay, it's going to be a lively discussion. So, Adia Pena, I think I saved you some.
Did great. Thank you.
Thank you. And so, the question that you ask is what is financial literacy, or what do I understand by being financially literate? Thank you, Adia Pena. So, financial literacy is basically, in the basic terms, it's about understanding how you manage your money. That's the
Okay.
basic understanding, how you manage your money. In other words, if we say somebody is financially literate, it means that the person have the skills and the knowledge, right, to make smart decisions about his personal finances or his money. Okay. Financial literacy in its sense is a broad concept, and it covers a lot of things that we're gonna look at some of them. Okay, first of all, financial literacy cover what we call your income or your earning, right? You go to work and then they can pay you weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, or whatever. The money that they put in your account or the check that they give you, the money that you physically have in your possession is your earnings. Okay. And that earning is the money that you get to keep and use it and spend it however you want, or budget it, or do whatever you want with it. That is what is termed earning. So financial literacy covers earnings or income. It also covers what we call budgeting. Okay. And budgeting for me is one of the critical areas that I would like to look at. Okay. Budgeting is very important because it helps you learn how to handle your money so that you can reach your financial goals, so that you are not too much stressed. A lot of us are always stressed about money because we do not budget. Okay. And we are going to talk more about that. So that is one way of financial literacy. Another one is what we call savings. A lot of us also don't have the habit of savings. So financial literacy also covers savings. If you're able to develop the strong habit of savings, you realize that it is super important for improving your overall financial wealth and to achieve your money goals or your financial goals. So financial literacy also covers savings. And then it also covers what we call, like, it's also it also helps you understand a good way to invest. Financial literacy also, yes, talk about investment. And smart investment can actually help you do one thing. Make sure that you are adding value to the money in whichever investment you find yourself in, right? You make sure that you are making money and adding value and not losing money or losing value. So financial investment also comes under financial literacy. And then also, we can also talk about how to manage your debts and stay debt free. Financial literacy also covers that. So understanding a lot of people don't know that we have what we call good debt versus bad debt. Okay. But if you know how to manage debts and stay debt free, you would realize that some debts that you have are good, and I even encourage you to have that. And some debts that you have are bad, and I'll encourage you to stop it. So, for example, I'll say usually a debt that is taken out for investment. So, let me make it simple terms. If you go for a mortgage, okay, if you go for a 30-year mortgage, if you go for a house and they give you a 30-year mortgage and you are paying the mortgage, you owe the money you are paying over 30 years. So it's a debt. But you know why? That is considered a good debt, because that debt, the house that you have over time, it's going to add value.
Yeah.
It's going to increase. It's going to bring you something good in return. So that is what is considered a good debt.
Okay.
Right. Now, a bad debt, on the other hand, are things that does not add value. It rather loses value over time. And, especially where we are coming from, Ghanaians, sometimes we want to show off. Not just Ghanaians, but a lot of people just want to show off. And so sometimes we end up adding bad debts to show off. And a typical example is like, you have a good car, but then you went to your friend's house and you saw the friend also have a particular car. And so because you want to also show off, you go and get a car loan or go and get another expensive car, right? You are incurring a bad debt, because here's the thing. Car loses value as soon as you drive the car out of the car lot. It started losing value, start depreciating. So even though you are paying thousands of dollars every month to just make your friends feel like you're also there, you are adding bad debt. Okay. So if you are financially literate, it will help you don't get yourself into bad debts. Is what I'm saying? And then some people just want to buy and buy and buy and buy. They just want to buy for buying sake. When you do that, you are adding bad debt to yourself. Okay. Okay. And then finally, what I will say is also financial literacy also help you to plan for the future. Planning for the future is very important. And I'm talking about not just retirement, but putting something down for emergencies, for rainy days, for when you don't know when you're gonna have, when you're gonna need some financial support for yourself, for your family, for your friends. So financial literacy helps you to plan for your future and to figure out what your goals, your long-term goals are, and also how to adjust those long-term goals and maybe retirement planning to suit you so that in the future, if you retire, you still retire. You don't retire 1 year and then you have to go back to work because you run out of money, because there's no future planning. So financial literacy, it's a broad concept, but these are the main areas that I want us to share today so our viewers can really understand the importance of having financial literacy. So in summary, when you are financial literate, all we are saying is that you can manage your money effectively, right? So that it can help you feel more secured financially and reduce the stress about money or reduce the stress that comes from having financial difficulties. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kofi. So, welcome to the Adepena Show. I have my beautiful sister, Mrs. Reeves, is on the line, and she's watching us from Virginia, somewhere in Virginia, USA. I have my friend also here. I'm not going to pronounce his name. He's a troublesome, I still love him. And welcome everybody. Today I'm a little bit under the weather, so you can hear my voice. Not too good, but we will manage since we love this show so much that we can we can avoid being here on Fridays evening. So thank you everybody, and send in your comments. Mr. Kofi is here. He's a financial educator. That's who you are, right? So,
yes, financial educator.
So please share, because when it comes to finances, I know it's a very, very sensitive topic to talk about. So please do share the topic, the link, so we can all learn. So Mr. Kofi, one time at work, a colleague of mine asked me, Nana, he was like, how are you financially? And I was like, where are you coming from and where are you going with this? Financially, it's easy to ask me, how are you, right? And then you want to know how much I have or how much I'm earning, and then he goes like, oh, it's just a simple question. I said, no, it's not a simple question. So how am I doing financially? He said, and then he goes like, how are you? And I said, I'm okay. And then he goes like, how are you financially? And he was like, answer my question. And I'm like, I'm okay. So someone asked you, I think it was a dicey question. It was a sensitive question to me. But he said, no, it's not that sensitive like I'm thinking. So I have a question for you. It's a financially literate and being financially independent. Are these two the same thing, or they are different things altogether?
Okay. Thank you, Hima. And before I answer this question, the question you're asking, how are you financially, it's very intriguing, right? You're not expecting that. You weren't expecting that.
No.
Because in our society, we've never been taught, regardless, even in the US here, we are never taught to freely talk about our finances. Okay. So if somebody asks you, how are you financially, you are automatically thinking about, what do you mean? Like, your mind is going.
You want to know how much I'm making. You want to know how much I have. I didn't really
Exactly.
know what he wanted me to answer.
Yeah. But I think maybe what he was just trying to ask you is how you doing? Like, how are you? If I ask you how you doing, like you said, you're doing okay. And how you doing financially, right? It's a simple question, but it's loaded. And
Yeah.
if you're somebody, if having financial discussions like this, it's something that we do every day, like checking on each other to decide how you're doing. It shouldn't be a loaded question. But because it's like
Not
financial discussion is not talked about, we are not comfortable sharing, it feels like she's trying to be concerned, she's trying to be privy, trying to ask questions that it's not supposed to ask
yeah.
and stuff like that. So I think it's a good question. How are you financially? I like that. How are you financially? I'm financially doing well. It doesn't mean you are broke, or it doesn't mean you are in some difficulty. It doesn't mean no, but it's just want to see that if you're alive and you're able to work and pay your bills, you're doing well financially, right? And the good thing is that the rich people in America, they talk about finances like just sitting and having a cup of coffee. They're just talking about finances. You know why? Because they talk about investment, they talk about opportunities, they talk about the next big thing. Where can I put my money? So financial discussions are among the rich or successful people, it's very common. And guess what? It's so uncommon in the people that don't have that money. But I think we should rather also have developed that concept and a habit so we can learn from each other and better ourselves financially. Because asking me that, I can say, oh, I'm financially good thanks to a friend of mine that introduced me to ABC, and I feel like it's helping me. So if you're interested, you should. That doesn't mean you should just go out there believing whatever anybody says when it comes to financial whatever, but we should be comfortable answering questions like that. So I like that. I like the question. It's really piqued my interest. How are you financially?
I wasn't
Anyway.
comfortable with because I don't know what I didn't know what his intentions were. I
Yeah.
didn't know why he wanted to know what my finances is and all that. So I'm like,
Maybe if they have
why?
said you are financially hard up, maybe you can write you some check. You never know.
No, 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 no. I don't see that coming from him.
Okay. Okay. So well, your question is whether financial literacy or being
Mhm.
financial literate is the same as being financially independent.
Mhm.
Uh, the answer to me is no.
Okay.
Because being financial literate or financial literacy and financial independence are two different concepts. Even
Okay.
though they are somehow related or connected, they are two different concepts. Okay. As I've already explained earlier, financial literacy is simply having the knowledge and the skill to manage your own money very well. That is
Mhm.
financial literacy, the knowledge about how finances, financial management. And then financial independence, I'm going to take time and go a little bit detail here. Financial independence means that, hear me out, having enough money, okay? So you don't need to work, or you don't have to depend on your paycheck from work to cover your living expenses. Okay?
Can you
Let me say that,
repeat that,
let me say that
please?
again. So financial independence or financial independence, right, is having enough money or having enough saved, having enough money or finances, however I want to say it, so that you don't need to work and get paid, okay, and depend on your paycheck for your living expenses.
Okay. So
So,
like those
for example,
like
in
paycheck.
simpler terms,
Mm-hmm.
well,
Go ahead.
you can live from paycheck to paycheck, but that doesn't mean that it means you're not financial independent. So, in
Okay.
simpler terms, right, financial independence is the stage in your life where you feel safe enough to choose not to work, but I don't have to worry about money
Okay.
because you have money saved enough to allow you to make whatever choices in life
Mm,
without stressing about money.
okay.
Does that make more sense?
It does, but yeah,
Okay,
come
good.
inside when you think about especially those I don't know about Omo Ghana, but I'm thinking of those Omo took my now. Yeah, we're going to like me, haha, meninka about 70 to 80% of the people are living paycheck to paycheck. So that means they are not financially independent?
I would say yes. In my opinion, I would say yes because if that paycheck doesn't come in, you can't pay your bills. You can't go by your daily life. Like you need a paycheck to cover your living expenses. So without a paycheck, your life ends. You can't cover your living expenses. So living paycheck to paycheck doesn't make you financially independent. Because I said that being financially independent means you have enough saved or you have enough to choose not to work. Because if you don't work, you don't get paid. You only get paid when you go work, right? But being financially independent, you can choose not to work, but you live comfortably. And you still have money to live your life. So whether there's work or not, you don't depend on that. That makes you financially independent. I'm not talking about being super rich. No, we're not talking about being rich here. We are talking about being financially independent. Today, if I decide not to go to work, I don't really care much because I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. If somebody starts telling you like that, it means the person is becoming financially independent because it doesn't depend on his paycheck.
Okay.
That makes sense? Okay. So that is what financial independence is. And it takes time to be financially independent. Some are going through the process of becoming financially independent. But as long as your paycheck is your go-to for everything, then you are not financially independent yet because you are depending on that paycheck. But we are talking about independent. It means you don't depend on that. Does that make sense? So the key points about being financial independent, let me give you a few. Is number one, having enough in the form of maybe assets, okay? Or assets, if I talk about assets, means for example, you have homes, you have houses, you have properties, you have maybe real estate, you have investment, stocks, whatever, or even businesses. That makes you money. Okay? One, if you have those things and that is making you money, you are not depending on the work, the paycheck, because you have something that is bringing you money. It can set you up as being financially independent. Another thing is having what we call passive income or earning passive income. Okay? Passive income is the money that you anytime I talk, I laugh because people don't really understand what passive income. A lot of people don't understand what passive income is. So passive income is the money that you get without actively working for it. For example, see, so yeah, you don't work for it, but the money comes in. You don't actively work for it, but the money comes in because of what you have done, you have put in place. For example, people that have stocks, people that have investments, right? Now they get dividends from the investments or the stocks. They are not working for it. They have it and then the stocks brings money, for example. Or people that have properties that they rent, people that have homes that they rent. They just rented the homes. They are not working, but then the rental is bringing the money, right? Or people that have businesses that people are managing for them. The business is just bringing in money. They are not actively working for it. So that is passive income. And if you have good passive income, you can be financially independent. Okay?
If you are receiving child support, is that a passive income or no?
Child support is not passive income.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Child support, even the name says it is you to support the child, not you or the family.
Not you.
Child support.
Okay. I get it. So viewers have to listen to us. Please, if you have any question, comments, whatever you think it's bothering you, you can send in your comment in the comment section so we can read and then answer you. Mr. Kofi, go ahead.
Okay. And then also if we say you are financially independent, someone being financially secure, then we're talking about people that are, people that I'm not talking about the rich people, but if you're a rich person, if you have enough money, is good. But people that have saved enough money, that they have what we call safety net against any unplanned eventuality, let's say emergencies in life or anything, right? And so even during let's say bad times, hard times, or even economic downturns, maybe the US market, the US economy is not doing well. Whatever happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
You keep living the same life. Your lifestyle doesn't change. Your lifestyle doesn't get impacted. It's called being financially secure. It's for you, it doesn't matter what happens today to the economy. It doesn't matter what happens to your work. It doesn't matter what happens. You live your life. You know why? Because you are financially secured. And so your lifestyle is going to change. It's not going to change. Okay. And then also, one thing I want to add is having the freedom to choose whatever lifestyle you want to lead. People that have the freedom to do whatever they want, sometimes they are financially secured. And look, you can be financially secure by getting a legacy from your family, or getting something really set up. Okay. So if, let's say that you have the freedom to choose whatever lifestyle that you want, it means that you have the time even to travel, to volunteer, to enjoy your hobbies. You don't have to think about going to work. In other words, you have so much money, you have money, you have wealth, you have whatever in such that you do not have to worry about where money is coming from to be able to live your lifestyle. Okay.
Mr.
So
Kofi, please
having the
read me.
freedom to choose is also being financially independent. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Since I don't feel too good today, you are going to be reading the comments, please.
Oh, what's the comment it said? Financial independence is the state at which you have more than enough money to cover your expenditure with a surplus. Yes, that's what I said earlier. So being financially independent, it means you have enough saved, enough money, so you don't have to worry about your expenditure. You don't have to worry about anything. There's enough money to do whatever it is you want. And then Carl Barnes also says, Ohima, we are not there yet, but we are working on it. Perfect.
That's for sure. Gradually we will get there. It's a matter of time.
Yes, this is why we're having this conversation, so that we can start thinking about, being financial independent. And being financial independent, like I said, it's not having millions of dollars or being a millionaire or being, having so much money or being rich. It's just a matter of being financially literate, right? And to be able to make smart choices about that small money or that small income that comes in. That is all being, that is all we are talking about here. So, Ohima, if tomorrow you decide it's okay, I'm not coming to this show, right? You hire somebody else to replace you, and then you travel to somewhere in the Jamaica and the Caribbean, or just go somewhere and enjoy life for like 1 month without ever thinking.
I don't have to think.
You never have to think about, the bills. You don't have to think about whatever. You don't have to think about, okay? And you can comfortably live your life, and those bills will be taken care of. Then I say you are financially secured.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Yes, it's little by little. It's little by little, and you don't need so much money to be able to do that. It's just a matter of making smart financial choices. Okay, and so that's why we are here. So thank you, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate the contribution, and so please keep it coming. And then I know that we are all getting there. Once you have the knowledge gives us the ability to start what? To start planning. It gives us the awareness to start doing what? Planning. So that is why we're going to have all this financial literacy. This is going to be like a financial literacy month where we have to talk more about financial literacy. And so keep your questions coming, and we are all here to help.
Hold on, Mr. Kofi. Can you please read this?
Yes. And what's the Marani said, child support is a passive income for women. Child support is a passive income for women these days. Mothers take this money and call the next day that the kid is sick for another money. Mothers keep enjoying your life support instead of the kid. Well, what's the name? Marane or this? Well, that's so. See, child support. Well, if you say it's a passive income for some people, I cannot agree. I cannot disagree with you on that. But it has so many connotations and so many definitions to it. But for me, child support, it's something that the government gives for the family, for the man or the woman or for the family to use to support the child or the children. And so if the mothers are using it and then calling the next day and saying that they still need money for the kid, then the mothers are not being fair. And I think that some men can also do that. If they see that the woman has a lot of money, and I know a few people that the man will call and say, hey, I'm taking the kid out for ice cream. And so I don't want to touch the child support, but if you want to give me separate money for ice cream, that would be good. Meanwhile, he has a child support, he has pocketed it. And so for me, child support, I don't even consider as a passive income, even though you can say that, because if the government finds out that you are abusing it, you're going to pay everything back.
You're going to
cannot
jail.
even use it as a passive income. But I agree with you in that aspect.
Anyway, thanks for coming to the Adepena show. Mr. Kofi, you can go ahead.
Yes, I am done. But again, there are so many things that you have to do, that you have to start doing to be financially independent, guys. Like I said, it doesn't take much. And regardless of how much income you have, I was telling a friend of mine, you can plan such that you will start becoming financially independent. Because I can tell you, and there's a lot of research that have shown that a lot of things that we buy, we don't need it. We are constantly in want, not in need. Even those I need is no, you don't. You actually want it. And a need is something you cannot do without, right? A need is something you need. You can't live your life without it. But a lot of things that we claim we need, we just want them. And a want is something you can live without. Look, I have 3 pairs, let's say I have 4 pairs of shoes. Okay. I have black, brown, whatever designer shoes that I have. I have a decent pair of shoes. I'm okay. Those shoes can help me live a comfortable life. But I go to Wayman's warehouse, what do you call it? Men's warehouse or whatever. Men's warehouse. And I saw this new designer shoes, like $2,000 designer shoes. It looks benzy. I don't need them. But because I see it, I said, man, I can't do without it. And without thinking twice, I bought a $2,000 shoe on credit. I didn't pay for it though. I swipe it on credit and I bring it home. You know what I just did? I just accumulated
debt
that I didn't need, or it wasn't even needed in the first place. Okay, that shoe is a want. I could have lived my life without that designer shoes. And so a lot of studies and research, I've seen that a lot of us, we buy things we don't need and we think we need them. And so instead of putting that money down for a rainy day, that money that's what went to, and then you buy the thing, you use it once and you throw it away. What a waste. And so the money could have been put down for something that you actually need in the future. Now it's becoming a waste. You've lost value. It's becoming a want. And I don't even want to say this, but you know, my sister, women love to shop. Women love to buy everything they see. I'm not saying all of them. Let me qualify. Some women, everything they see, they want it.
Have to buy.
You have to buy it. You bring it. Oh, this is so beautiful. I love the color. What do you think, honey? This is good. Oh, how much is it? Okay, do I try $500? Oh, you see that dress? Bro, that dress is really nice. Oh my goodness. This will match with my my necklace that I bought the other day. How much is it? $500. No, I swipe it. We keep accumulating wants. And so instead of putting that money down, that will serve as a financial independence for us some time ago, no? And as some time to come, no, we don't have it. Okay. And so I want us to start thinking about the fact that we should stop wanting. Stop wanting and stop thinking about being financially independent, because all the money you're throwing away and you are paying credit card and you are paying so much interest on it, that money could have done something to secure a better future for you, your kids, or something like that. Right? Ban says that why is financial literacy not taught at the schools in Ghana? I believe this is an important topic. I agree with you 100%. But even in America here, financial literacy, what they taught in our classroom is not what we actually see in the real world. Okay, so it's not only in Ghana. In America, they will teach you how to swipe credit cards. They will teach you how to just go and put everything on credit and pay it later. It's so easy to swipe credit, and so you're accumulating debt. All right, they will tell you the pros and cons, but they will not discourage you from doing it. So you just go out of a class and go to the market and you start swiping credit card. Oh, I'll pay it at the end of the month. Oh, I'll pay at the end of the month. Oh, I'll pay at the end of the month. And so we keep doing that. When you do that, it doesn't matter the degrees you hold. A lot of people with PhD, they are financially illiterate. Okay, being financially literate doesn't mean that you don't understand what you don't have the knowledge. You can have the knowledge and still be illiterate because your behavior doesn't correspond with your knowledge you have. If you're struggling, if you have a PhD, right, in accounting or in finance, in financial literacy, and you are living paycheck to paycheck, I think then you're a financial illiterate, because there's no way you have all that knowledge and still live from paycheck to paycheck. Because without a paycheck, you are one paycheck away from being broke. So that means you are financially ignorant. And there's a lot of financial ignorance in America that we have to start thinking about. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kofi. Here in America, sometimes you go to the stores, especially they used to work at night. You see these old men and women, and I'm like, this old woman is supposed to be home taking care of their grandkids and stuff. Does it mean that they didn't plan well, or what is really going on?
This is a very good question, Oyuma. This is a very good question, and you are not alone.
Personally, it breaks my heart. To see them carrying those and pushing the carts and stuff like that, working at that old age.
Yes, and you know where you mostly see them? Walmart. Or this supermarkets. That's when you see them, right? Now I want to tell you, Bami, it's not that they were most of them were well educated, most of them had good plans, good strategies, good investment, good retirement strategies coming up. They had the idea, right? But they listened to the wrong person. Somebody promised them that your money is going to give you, it's going to bring you gold, it's going to bring you honey in your old age, and they fell for it. And there's a lot of investment strategies out there that is actually draining people more money than they are bringing in.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't take their time to learn because they don't have the time to learn. They believe the person telling them. Because the person give them a beautiful, like 20-year projection, give them a very good, projection that based on this and this and this and this and this, when you have this, that's going to happen. But you can rely only on projections. Projections are bound to change, right? See, I know a certain man, I'm not going to call it. May God bless him. So he's a beautiful man. He has a beautiful soul. And he actually works at Walmart. I'm not going to say where. And he told him that the man that he really believed in since childhood. And the man is really good. The man is a good man. And he thought that the investment that he was sharing with this man was a good investment. Okay. So the man went to pull all his money, all his savings, and put it as an investment without doing the due diligence. Okay. And this company had promised them heaven, that in the shortest possible time, they are going to double their money and they are going to be well off. If a trusted friend come and tell you things like this and tells you that I have already invested my money in it, you may end up believing it, right? So that's what happened. He believed him, emptied his savings, even emptied his 401k and put everything in there. And in 2 years, the company went bankrupt. So hundreds of thousands of dollars went down the drain because he believed a friend, right? A lot of people that you see at Walmart believed a friend, or they invested in the wrong, they believe in the wrong investment. Any investment that promises you quick returns, we need to be careful. Anyone that comes and says, oh, this is going to be this is going to be this, tried and tested and all that, we have to be careful. We have to do the due diligence. Be careful where to put your money. Not because somebody says you should. Otherwise, you may end up becoming like any of these people, these innocent people. And the other thing too is that most of these people, they also did their own, they did everything that is right. They did everything that's right. They are contributing to their 401k, they contribute to their IRAs. All these are retirement, these are retirement investments that you do so that when you retire, you qualify contribution, then you start getting it. But nobody told them the real cons. They tell them only the pros. Look, every investment company is there to make money. I have to come and paint you a rosy picture for you to believe me. If I come and tell you that if you invest in my company 2 years, I'm gonna close down, would you ever invest in my company? Or if I come and, if let's say I'm an investment strategist, and I come and tell you that, oh, mommy, Adia Pena, if you have $200,000, bring it here, and in no time, your money is going to go down the drain. You might think I'm crazy, right? But if I come and give you this beautiful statistics and this beautiful data and give you all this forecast analysis and all the trends and everything, and I show you this beautiful graph and how they go, and so you can do this and find all these good things, you will believe me, right? But all those are projections. And projections are good, but they don't tell the real story. Okay? So you need, when it comes to investment, you have to be smart and do your own due diligence. One of the greatest men in America, his name is Warren Buffett. He's an investment guru. He said, every successful person makes money, but never loses money. If you have an investment that you are always losing money, you need to question whether the investment is good. And there's a lot of investments that you'll be losing money without even realizing, because you can lose money in a lot of ways. You need to, you get up 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 to work every day. You sweat and then they pay you money. The government, Uncle Sam, deduct all his taxes, and then you take your, whatever is left they give you. And then you come home and you are not careful and you put it in a place where you are not careful, you're going to lose that money. You make the money, make sure you don't lose it. Either you add value to it or you keep your money. That is my policy. If I'm not adding value to the money, then I'm keeping it. So make money, but never lose money. That is the number one principle for Warren Buffett. And it's about time we should start thinking about those successful people. Well, how did they do this? How did they stay successful? We can't be like them, but we can start emulating or start thinking the way they think to be able to help us start becoming like a financially independent. Okay? Don't fall for anything anybody tells you that this investment is going to give you this, or this investment is going to give you that. Even question every 401k, question every IRA, question everything, and make sure that your money is bringing you value. You are not devaluing your money, but you are adding value to it. Even putting the money in the bank, if it's going to take you 50 years to double that money, question it. Don't just, we work hard for the money. We should try and make sure the money works for us. See, for me to end this, mommy, if you understand how money works, right? You will not work for money. Money will work for you. You understand that? True. It's about time we don't need to work for money. We have to let the money work for us. Once you start letting your money work for you, you're on your way to becoming financially independent. Let the money work for you. Don't work for the money.
Hmm. Before I ask, how do you make your money work for you? Let's hold on to that for another. I think this is a broad topic. We have to take a couple of weeks to treat this topic,
Yeah,
financial literacy. Then.
yeah.
So,
We are
my
gonna go
next
one
question,
after the other, one after the other, one after the other.
okay, my next question to you, Mr. Kofi, is financial independence, is it important at all being financial independent? Because yeah, it'll be like, hey, and you are being proud, you are being this and that. So when you see card, you have to so DC and I say same.
And set you.
It's
There's a difference
important.
between being financially proud, financially show up, and being financially independent,
Okay.
right? Some people just boast about their money. No, that's not what we're talking about here. That's not what we're talking about. We are talking about making smart financial choices where you never have to
Mhm.
worry about money. And that doesn't mean you should boast of, right? We are
Okay.
talking about being in a situation where you don't have to worry if tomorrow you go to work or not.
Mm.
Some people, and it happens in America, if they had to be at work and clock in at 7:30 and they get up at 7, they might get heart attack. You
That
know
means they
why?
are not financially.
They are, yes, if you get up, if the clock, let's say, if you want to, you are supposed to be at work at 8. Now you overslept because you took care of some family emergency and you went to bed tired. And it's 7:30 and you woke up, the clock woke you up and you panic because you are going to clock in late. Then you should start asking yourself, am I financially literate? Because listen, being late to work should not bring you heart attack, should not put you in a panic mode.
Mm.
It means that you are not financially what, independent, because you know that either you get fired or you're going to lose just 1 hour of your
Hour.
and you can't, you are even crying to rather me lose 1 hour or me lose 1 hour. Think about that. That is not a good picture. So, and see, being financially independent is absolutely necessary. I'm not
Mm.
talking about just boasting or anything, and I'm not talking about being rich and boasting. That's okay. Please, you can be rich and be respectful. We should copy a lot of the rich people. See, if you know this man, which we call it, Mr. Warren Buffett, he is a multi-billionaire.
But you hardly hear of him.
You hardly hear from him. They are good people can emulate. You know what? He still goes to McDonald's once a while, join the queue, and buy McDonald's for a treat.
Mm.
He's not saying that because I'm a multi-billionaire, I can, you know what I'm saying? You will see him everywhere you see ordinary people. Those are the people we emulate. I'm not talking about people that are so rich that they become disrespectful and rude and disrespect each other. That is not for me. You are very financially illiterate, because being financial dependent humbles you. It makes you, it gives you perspectives where you actually respect people and want to help out. That's what I'm talking about. So it is absolutely important to be financially independent, you know? And here is why. And I'm going to ask you some questions, Mami, because I know you're not talking.
I'm
Do you
ready.
need do you need your freedom and the flexibility that comes to not getting up early and going to work?
Yeah, I would
Just give
love
me
that.
a second. Um, Please, I'm sorry, I need to charge my plug in my phone for a second. Just give me a second. Okay. Just 1 second.
All right. As we waiting on Mr. Kofi to come in with his questions and continue with whatever he was saying. So if you have questions, because this is looks like it's a broader topic and we have to have some weeks to talk about budgeting, savings, what else? Investment and all of that, how to get out of debt. So if you have any question, you can hear me. Today I'm a little under the weather, so my voice is a little crooked. If you have questions or anything, you can send in so we can all talk about it whilst we wait for Mr. Kofi to come. All right. Yeah. Anything to share?
Adia Pena, can you hear me? I apologize.
Welcome back.
Yes, my phone just went dead, so I had to. Sorry about that. I mean, my phone, my laptop. I forgot to plug in my laptop, so sorry about that. Okay, so
You
anyway,
asked me a question.
yes,
If
my
you let
question is this. I just want to ask you a few questions.
Go
Do
ahead.
you do you need the freedom and the flexibility in your life? You don't have to anybody tell you get up and go to work or come to work at this time or do this or do that. Do you cherish that freedom and flexibility?
Yes, please. I do. 100%.
Good. Well, if you need that, then you get that when you are financially independent. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because you get the freedom to make the choices that matches your lifestyle, right? You need the flexibility to say today I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that without worrying about money. Okay? You can even change when you go to work and they say something, say, you know what? I quit.
I fire myself.
I'll fire myself. Why? Because you know that you have the freedom. You're not relying on that paycheck to live your life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can follow your passions, travel around, or even say, you know what, this job is too boring. I retire early,
Yeah.
right? And it also means that you can control your time and how you want to work. If you're able to do all these things, if you need this freedom and flexibility, then yes, financial independence is very important. If this is important to you, then financial independence is important because that's what
How,
financial independence ensures.
how do I
Okay.
get there?
How do you get there?
Mm-hmm. I have to
Well,
own my own business, right?
you have to do what?
Get my own business.
No, you don't. No, man, you don't need your own business with financial independence. You just need to do the very basic things that we are going to learn next week. Okay,
Oh, okay.
we're gonna do that. All these things you just need to start. You don't need to do anything crazy. You might be surprised that, oh, this is it, because we don't think about it. We don't take our time to it. Okay. The next thing I want to know is ask you, um, does having the security and peace of mind sound good to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So financial independence brings security and peace of mind. So if it
Mm.
sounds good to you, then know that being financially independent gives you that sense of security and it helps you reduce the stress. If you don't stress about money, you have peace of mind.
Yeah.
You don't worry about the unexpected expenses that will come through losing your job, or there's a health issue or health problem at home, or even the economic crisis like the US economy tanking. If you don't worry about stuff like that, it means you are secured
Mm.
and you have a peace of mind. And
Mm.
how to do this is having enough money saved so you don't have to worry about these things during emergency. Okay. And so it's important. And this is what financial independence assures you. Okay. Now, the next question is, would you feel empowered to make your own life decision without anybody telling you what to do?
Oh yes, of course.
See, look at even how he said, "Oh yes,
Yeah,
of course." You can
yeah,
get
because
out.
I don't like being dictated to. I
Exactly,
want my freedom as much as possible. So
exactly,
yes, yeah.
exactly. But think about it. Most of us are in situations or we work in places where you feel so scared even to say something that you want to say because you know why you need that paycheck. And so regardless of how they treat you at work, why you mem just like you can get that paycheck. You
I
don't
think
have
a lot of
you
people are
feel
handicapped when it comes to money stuff, finance.
yes, yes, it's because we are not financially literate. Like I said, we have the knowledge, but we
Mm.
are not applying what the knowledge we have to make us financially independent. And so it puts us in a bind. But this
Mm.
is the discussion I want us to having. We should have the financial freedom. We should be liberated. And I'm not saying you should be rich. Oh. Being rich is good, but I'm just talking about making smart financial choices that you don't have to think too much about money.
Mm.
You don't need to just sit down for somebody to tell you all nonsense because you need that paycheck.
Is it going to take for like a long time to get to that level or no?
Remember they said Rome was not built in a day, right?
Mm.
Okay. If me Kofi Edu, me Kofi Opoku, if I come and sit on this radio, I mean this show and tell you that tomorrow I'll help you make rich in 1 year, don't believe me.
Mm.
I said we're going to show the steps. Okay. We're going to teach, we're going to share the steps and the strategies that will build us wealth long term. Long term. And the idea is to be financially independent. If it takes 10 years, at least you have the knowledge, you know what to do. If it takes you 5 years, every situation is different. But once you are empowered to know how to be financially independent, that is 50% of the burden.
Mm.
Is what I'm saying. And so we need that. We need to start thinking like that. Okay.
Okay.
And one more question. Do you love to have stronger relationships? You want to be able to have more time, quality time with your loved ones. You don't feel pressure to do anything. You need when you are home, you feel at ease. You have quality time. You show love. Just that you are there. You can support your community. You can support your church. You know people that you can help. Do you need that?
Yes.
Okay. If you need that, then financial independence can help you create that healthier relationship, right? And you know what it does? It helps you create that equal respect that you need at work,
Mm.
at home, at church, among your family. Financial, I'm not saying be financially rich, or financial independence, right? It cuts down on the money related argument. If there's money related argument, say, you know what, I'm sorry, I don't have time for this. I have important things to do. You're gone.
Yeah.
You don't have time to argue about like $500 or I'm not saying it's not money, but my point is you don't have time to argue about money matters,
Mm.
right? You don't let people contribute to your relationship from a strong position where you are weak. So, for example, it's say, and I know sometimes Ghanaians like to show off, and which is very annoying to me. It's the not all of them, but
Some
more
of them.
show off. No, when they come to a me, I'm sure Banning or Kasawun KB, it puts you in a position in a relationship where you are quiet, or
Mm.
even some couples, right? If
Mm.
the man is not working or the woman is not working, either way, because the other person is like on one or contribute behind
Provider.
yeah, he want to make sure he take all the strong positions. He want to say everything,
Mm.
and because you are
You have to
is
handle.
yes, because you are handicapped, you are just forced to just be quiet and absorb all this nonsense. But again, if we can even start with $1, the point is financial independence is not thinking about money and stressing about it because you
Mm.
know what you have in place that you can sort yourself out. Look, if your lifestyle is a $50 lifestyle a month and you can comfortably live that lifestyle, you're financially independent. If your lifestyle is $1,000 and you can comfortably live that lifestyle every day without thinking about it, you are financial. It all depends on the status. But hear me out. If you are following people, when I find say, yeah, you work in a place where you get paid $500 a week. So your home pay, your take home is $1,000 a week. And you want to rent an apartment in a place where it's $2,000, you are not smart. Because already you are putting yourself, your salary is cannot even pay the rent. So you are not smart. You put yourself in a bind where your salary is already gone before you even work for it. You are not financial independent. I'm talking about even if you get paid $500 and you're able to live a comfortable life without thinking about money, you are financially independent because the money doesn't dictate to you how you live your life. Is the point I'm trying to say. So regardless of our status, we'll be able to build financial independence if we know what to do. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Apple. I've learned a lot. One of the things that I fall short of is budgeting. So let me be plain and frank here. Next week, okay, I'm going to pull you in here.
Okay.
About budgeting because I am a victim.
Very well. Very, very well.
I don't know how to budget. I'm not going to say I don't know how to budget, but I think there should be a system or a systematic approach to that, which I don't know. So hopefully when God gives us next Friday, we'll be here and discuss about budgeting.
Ohima, I agree with you. About 99.999% of Americans
budget
have idea about budget, but they budget today and they throw it away. And here's that everybody has their budget in their mind.
Me, I do have my budget in my mind. Do I have to write it down?
See, that's the thing. You cannot have a budget in your mind and think you're okay. Because there's 50 million other things in that mind.
But I know where my money is going.
And most at times, because we are not disciplined with our budget. If you can be disciplined with your budget in your mind and you stick to it, that is one critical way to start being financially independent. Because the point is that you have the budget, but you're not sticking to it. Let me ask you a question. If your budget tells you that you should spend you shouldn't spend more than $500, would you be disciplined enough to stick to that?
I can try, but sometimes certain things come in that are not controllable.
There you go. The way you even start by saying but, it means you can't. Okay. But before you say but, if you can be disciplined enough to, because remember, the budget would also take care of that uncertainty or that whatever issue, it will take care of it. The budget will give you a holistic picture of everything you have, including uncertainties. Okay. But still, we throw it away. The point is that we have the budget, but we don't stick to it. The number one cause of all this is because we are not disciplined enough when it comes to financial management. If we can be that disciplined, a lot of us are financial independent. So that's what I'm going to start from. Okay.
So, Mr. Kofi, today I have learned that being financially independent doesn't mean you have gazillion dollars in your account.
Yes.
So long as you can be free-minded, even if you are not working and you know that I can pay my bills, take care of my family, take care of certain things. Should that be like a lifetime or to a certain amount of time?
No, it has to be a lifetime. You can't plan for 2 years and after 2 years you start beginning. See, that's the thing. It has to be a lifetime. Like, look, it's a lifestyle. Your lifestyle, you don't live your lifestyle for 2 years and stop, right?
Okay, yeah.
Your lifestyle is until God calls you home. As long as you start working, you tell yourself, how long do you want to work? And while I'm working, what can I do to make my life better? We don't have to be slaves to the work that we're doing. The work is supposed to support us to a certain extent, but then whether there's work or not, we still have to live our lives, is what I'm saying. So you don't say, I'm going to be enjoyable, I'm going to live my life free of whatever for 5 years, and then after I'm going to go back again. No, it has to be consistent. And if you're able to, there are systems you can put in place that will support you throughout that, even through retirement.
Mm.
And even when you are dead, that becomes a legacy for your family. So we
Okay.
are talking about long-term, all life strategy planning. Okay.
And
So
the
that I don't have to
financial
worry about.
easy cry.
Yes. But let me ask you, if a country declares independence, if a
Mhm,
country declares independence,
mhm.
right? Do they go back to be unindependent? No.
No, no.
Even though the country can mess itself up, but it's so financial. So think about it, like Warren Buffett or all the successful people, right? I don't think they're ever going to come into a time where they say, "Oh, we are not financially independent." They're
Mm.
gonna go through some short-term hard terms. I mean,
Going forward,
short-term,
ever.
short-term, whatever. But they have other systems in place that support them regardless of what's going on. So
Mm.
it's just a matter of knowing what to put in place, what to have to support your lifestyle until God calls you home. And not just you as an individual. I'm talking about you, your family, your children's education, your whatever. Everybody is your financial independence affects everybody around you.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just you, then you are selfish. I don't like people like that. You don't have to be selfish like that. Your
It
money
looks
should be
like
able to support people around you.
financial independence is going to be like um, something that will take forever. And now Jay will say,
Financial independence should take forever because the
mm.
idea is to leave a legacy.
No,
So
I
when
mean
you
how to
die,
get there. I'm talking of how to get there.
oh, how to get there, it doesn't take
Mhm.
forever. It doesn't
Mm.
take forever. Sure. It's just like starting every business. In every business, depending on how good you want your business to be, to right,
Mhm.
to operate, and for how long, it depends on the structures, the strategies, and the people you put in place to manage that business, right? It's the same thing with financial freedom.
Mm.
You need to plan such that regardless, everything is working together cohesively to maintain that independence until perpetuity. Have you heard this name Rockefeller or Rocky, whatever? Is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
Rockefeller? The
Mm-hmm.
Rockefellers. This man is dead 100 and some years ago, but still their name rings a bell. You know why?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
Anyway.
of because of how they planned. So you be
Mm.
gone, and Ohima Adiepena still lives on. It's
Mm.
because of how you plan.
Amen.
Mhm. So
We have a comment. I mean, yeah.
Kofi, he said, Bar said, Kofi, I agree with you, but I also believe that you can be financially independent for a period as an individual. Circumstances can change. Example, bad investment. Call. I agree 100% with you. I 100% agree with you. But for me, in addition to that, one thing that you have to know is that you don't even have to wait until your investment goes bad. Okay. Once you start your investment, make sure that your investment is going through constant changes organically to support you. But I agree with you that you can have bad investment. That is why it's always good not to put all your eggs in one basket. If you are dependent on only one investment, I understand, but you know that things can change. And because things can change, you make sure that you have other structures in place that is supporting that investment. So, should there be a time where the investment is not going good, you don't rely on investment to live your life. That's what I'm saying. But I agree with you 100%. There is not, look, there is no financial independence that doesn't go through um,
Roller coaster.
bumps, right? Even all these gurus, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all these billionaires and they have times where they go through bumps, right? But what they do is that they make sure they have other things in place that secures their life, so that if in case that one investment or two invest it's going through some hard times, it doesn't affect them. That's what I'm saying. You need to put systems in place to make sure that regardless of what is happening to one thing doesn't kind of bring your life to a halt because you are depending solely on that.
That
But I
means
100% agree with you on that.
you can't have just one stream of income, right? You have to have.
Correct. That's a good thing you brought up, mommy. In fact, this you see, when we were growing up, they said, break your back to make a buck. Break your back to
Mhm,
make a buck. Break your back to make a dollar. When we were growing up. Now, this day and age, relying on one stream of income doesn't even begin to cut it,
mhm.
right? And so, successful people, a lot of successful people that we are around, they don't have only one stream of income. Oh. They don't just rely on their investment. Oh. They have a lot of other things going on for them.
Yeah.
And that is how we have to have that mindset.
Mhm.
You just need to know what it is that you are doing, and if it's going to bring you value, it's add value to it. Okay. If you want to have 100 different streams of income, so be it. That's the point is, as long as they're adding value to your life and you are not depending on it for it to like mess up your life, then you're good.
All right, Mr. Kofi. I was expecting us to end like within 30 minutes, but we crossed 1 hour. So your final words to our viewers, please.
Okay, thank you. So what I want to say is my
Before
final advice to all viewers
Mr.
is
Banks
that a
said,
friend had a chain of restaurants. Unfortunately, he lost everything during the COVID lockdown. Yes. Yes, Echo. Yeah, you're right. I also know a few clients of mine that had some serious setbacks, right? And so that chain of restaurant was supposed to support his life and his family's life. And because of the COVID, things went sour. But if the friend had other things in place in addition to the restaurant, then things might have been able to what? To keep going. But you're right. For as for the COVID pandemic, it's drastically changed the world. And so I can't even, I don't know what to say. It's very, very sad. I know someone that lost 1.5 billion to the COVID. But gradually he's coming back. He's coming back, getting things done. And so and fortunately the government was able to provide some support, some relief for people to start on their feedback. I agree with you, Cole. It was a devastating thing that happened towards the COVID. And so with that, I think you're right. Some things can happen, like unforeseen things can happen, can actually bring your life to a halt. And so we use that to also say, okay, what if there's this? What do we do? Right? What do we do? And so we're going to learn more about this, but thank you for that. That is a very, very deep one. Thank you. Okay. So, guys, my final advice to all of you is for us to start working towards being independent from today. From today. As a matter of fact, we should have started working towards being independent the day you were born. The day you come out of your mother's womb, is when your parents will start working for your financial independence. But we never know that. We never know that. But now we are going to know. Don't wait. If you have children, don't wait. Now, today is the time. I'm not saying you can put now a 50 cents, you can put $1. We're going to talk more about it, but do not wait. The day the child is born, start his investment, putting things in place for them. Okay. So, and I want to stress that being financial independent doesn't mean you have to be wealthy or a millionaire. No, you don't even have to be whatever. Okay. It's just a matter of being disciplined. Okay. And one way to achieve financial independence is becoming financial literate. And that's what we are starting today. We're going to continue this. Be financially literate. You should develop the habit of learning how money works, understand how money works, and let money work for you instead of you working for money. I've stressed this. Okay. Please try and connect with people that you trust, those that have knowledge and experience and expertise, those that have proven track record. okay, and have done something for themselves and start learning from them. You can go on YouTube, you can go on Facebook, you can even reach out to me. Let's learn together. Let's strategize together. Look, me, it's free. I give education. I don't. You're not. You're not gonna pay. I'm not. You're not gonna. I'm not. You're not gonna pay nothing. That's what I'm trying to say. You're not gonna say when you ask me. When if I tell you, Charlie, give me $50. It means I'm not a good person. I'm here to provide free education to help us start planning. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I want to encourage us to start. Reach out to people that you know that are good and let them learn how and what they are doing to make their lives better. Okay. Um, and as we learn together, we'll all start to figure out how to start becoming financially independent. Okay. Now, my first piece of advice, which is free on Adia Pene Show right now, is anyone that is listening to me, if you want to become financially independent, is to get in the habit of budgeting. I know Nadia Pena already said it. That is my first advice. Please get into the habit of budgeting. You should learn how to make budget for everything, not just some things, for everything. And once you have that habit and the habit is part of your life and you can't do anything without it, you're good to go. Now, budgeting is super important because of what? Because for me, I feel like it is the foundation for everything. It is the foundation for everything. Okay. It is the foundation for everything because if you are able to budget, it helps you see, set your financial goals. Auntie Benny's also said, Mr. Kofi, then I'll connect with you soon. No problem. Just contact Adia Pena and we can make it happen. No problem at all. Okay. So this is why I'm saying you should do budgeting. Budgeting helps you set your financial goals. Okay. Now, when you want to save for emergencies, if you want to pay off your loans, if you want to save for a house, if you want your children to go to college, yourself to go to college, or get ready for retirement, a budget can help you create a realistic goals and plan wisely to know how much money you can use to start. Number one. Number two, budget helps you manage your debt. As for debt management, I need to stress this. We need to have a topic on debt. We should stop swiping those credit cards. Stop swiping them. Those credit cards, it's a trap.
What are they there for? Not for swiping. Are they not for swiping?
It's good to swipe it, but it's a trap. If you're not
Hmm.
careful, it's gonna hold you down and pile that on you to perpetuity. If you look at the interest which you're piling on you,
You know, in America, when you are going to like get a loan, something, or they'll be like, "Oh, you don't have debt, something." They'll be like, "I said, one necker,
yes,
like because
they
of
don't
that."
do yes, because in America, the system is structured such that they want to keep you buying and buying and buy. They want to keep you in debt.
Mm.
They want to keep you in debt. Okay. So as long as you are in debt, you are working for them. They are not financially free. And because everything is so free, you can go and swipe. They say, okay, good, you approve it. Because they know you're going to pay till thy kingdom come. When you die, your children, your family will keep paying. But we should be able to get free of that. Okay. So
Mm.
budget helps you manage your debt. It helps you track any debt that you have and stop you from getting into more debt. Budget can show you, God bless you, how much you can afford and what you should focus on and paying off debt. I can tell you, if people are starting to open up and they tell their credit cards that they owe you, run away.
It's a
How do
question
we
for
build our credit score without using credit facilities? That's a good point. Call. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have any credit card. I don't have any credit debt at all, but my credit score is super good. I'll tell you why. Even if you understand it, look, it's also one of the strategies they tell you that you should use the credit facilities. You can use it, but Do you know that you can have a credit card where you pay $1 every month and your credit can still go up? We'll talk later. Okay.
Yeah.
You should just know what to do.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to fall for that. Don't fall for that. You should know what to do. Okay. Budget can help you get ready for what? Surprises. Like you keep saying, what if there's no major just uncertainty or like the COVID that happened, right? If you have a solid budget and you stick to it, it will help you to save for unexpected costs, and it can help you create for emergencies, and it's gonna act as a safety net. So in case anything comes up, especially like if you lose a job, there's medical bills, there's car troubles, whatever. If you have a good budget and you stick to it, you should be good. And budget can help you lower your stress and boost your happiness. It can make your spending better. And so finally, I want to encourage everybody. This is going to be a long series, okay? But we're going to take it one at a time. Next, we are going to look into detailed budgeting. Let's look into detail, okay? So start putting your budget thinking caps on. Regardless of your situation, there's a budget that can be suitable for you, okay? We'll look at the methods of budgeting, which one will suit your life, and we can start from there. Thank you so very much. I think we've taken more time than we thought, but it's helpful.
Yeah.
So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kofi, for this insightful information that you've given us. A lot of us fall short of this. I'm number one. And I can't wait to start budgeting from next week, I believe. And thank you to all our viewers for your support, your time with us every Friday evening at 6 p.m. We really, really appreciate you. Don't want to waste much of your time anymore. So get in touch here Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's once again Ohima Adiepena. Adios. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.